Hey everybody, I've kind of got a short video here on a couple things, and one of the things I wanted to talk about was my BlackHawk Spera holster. I'm sure all of you have seen, or if you haven't seen, you've heard of Tex's video where he had a 1911 in a Spera holster and had a discharge and hit him in the leg. And there's a lot of controversy about this holster. It's been banned by some gun trainer places and a few other things, and it has its issues. And well, I'm not going to say that they're wrong. I think really it depends on the firearm and your training. And I wanted to show you my BlackHawk Spera holster and my pistol for it. And for me, I think the issue Tex had isn't going to be a problem for a couple of reasons. One of them is a training issue. Now, I'm not going to go shit all over Tex about his training. He shoots more than I do currently, and that's not what this video is about. It's not that his training is wrong, and really what he was doing was for that particular weapon. I don't have a 1911 right this minute. I'm going to get one very, very shortly, and we'll do a whole video about that. But even if I have one, it's not my carry pistol. First of all, my daily carry pistol isn't a full-size pistol. It's just too freaking big, and I carry a small one. I'll show you that later. But when I occasionally do feel like carrying a full pistol, or I have my pistol in the car, I carry my SIG P229. Now, the problems Tex was having with his holster combination, like I said, it can be treated two things. One, a 1911 to me is kind of in its own category. With its age, it's kind of specific on equipment used or the equipment you need for it. Really, I think if you're carrying a 1911, you need a holster designed for the 1911, the way it works. I'm not bashing on the design. It's a very old design. It's very effective. It's a great gun. But I'm just saying, I wouldn't get a Phobos holster. I would get a holster made for the 1911. Now, you don't need to carry around the World War II leather holster, but I would get one. With the way the safety's set up on it and how most people carry it, cocked and locked, I really think you need a safety holster designed for it. You know, a lot of people complain about when they lawyer up firearms, but, you know, what happened with him is one of the reasons they do it. Everybody wants to be safety, and most responsible gun owners don't go, you know, bump firing and shooting into stupid crap without figuring out what's behind it. You know, we want to be safe. And while we might kind of smear at, you know, locks going across revolvers and stuff like that, it's designed to prevent accidents like what happened. So anyway, that's really my opinion on his 1911. But what I want to talk about was really my pistol and the holster and why I'm not really having this issue. First of all, I don't carry it condition 1. Now, before I get a lot of butthurt crap about what condition, you know, is best, I don't want to go into that. Really, as long as you're carrying a gun, it's going to solve any problems you're going to need with it. Now, whether or not you need to whip it out real fast like Quick Draw McGraw to take down somebody, I'm kind of having an issue with that. I've had to draw my weapon a few times, and I never saw the need to just, you know, whip it out real fast in front of me and point it at somebody. It may happen, and there is a common problem with this holster a couple of people have addressed, where once the weapon is locked in, if you get really, really excited and you go to pull the weapon out and the holster's locked in, it's not going to come out. If you pull hard, and I'm pulling as hard as I can, and push this button, it's not coming out. I mean, I'm pulling. Let me put it on autofocus here. My battery may die, so I have to put this video together. But you'll see, I'm pushing no problem right here. But if I pull, and I'm pulling as hard as I can down and try and engage it, it's not going to engage. And under a stressful situation, that may be a problem. So you've got to train yourself to let it go back down, push, and it'll engage very easily. I like this holster for that reason. I hated the Phobos holsters I had because I felt like I was ripping my pants off every time I took the gun out. I know they break in over time, but I just didn't like them. Another thing is on the 1911, it's really a position. You guys will notice, compared to other people, I've got small hands, and I would say probably a pretty average sized fingers, but I definitely have small hands. But when I engage the switch and pull the pistol out, look where my finger goes. It doesn't go in the trigger guard. It can, but mine doesn't. Now, I'm not saying I won't go down here and accidentally hit it, but when I draw it, I've practiced pulling it, just putting it right there, and I don't have the problem with a lot of people have where it curls in there. Now, it may be just because of the 229 and how it fits in there, and I got a lucky break. Another thing I don't do is, like I said, I don't keep a condition 1. I use what's called an Israeli draw. Now, I'm not going to make a video showing you how to go into this because I don't like to teach people how to do things they may need to bet their life on. A little gunsmithing or a little how-to video is one thing. If you want to learn how to do an Israeli draw, do like I did. Find you an instructor who teaches it. I've been around pistols a long time, and I might think I'm scared of my gun, but that's bullshit. I don't want to have to shoot somebody. I'll do it if I have to, but I really don't. And another thing is, I really don't want the gun to accidentally discharge more than I want to shoot someone. So what I've practiced doing, if you've seen the Israeli draw, is as soon as you pull the weapon out, is basically to rack the slide and have it ready to go. As you can see, this weapon is empty and it's safety checked and all that good stuff. But I've practiced that over time. Was when I pull it out is to cock it back. Now some people say, well, you'll eject a round out of there. And I'm like, well, yeah? Well, so what? You know, this is a 40 cal pistol. I've got 10 rounds in a standard magazine. So I know for sure, one, it's loaded and I've got 9 rounds left. If nothing comes out of it, I know for sure, well, it's loaded now. So that's really my opinion on it. I think the SERP is a good holster, but I completely understand why people have issues with it. I really think it's going to be up to the gun that you put into it and you're practicing. As I said, you know, it works great for me because I engage it, pull it out, and my finger's right there. It's not the trigger guard, and I don't have it. So even if I do have it, you know, or if my trigger finger does go in there, I haven't drawn it yet. You know, I can squeeze the trigger like that, and it's not loaded. So when I know when I pull it back, it's going to be loaded. So that solves any of the accidental discharge problems, and even if the gun's loaded, my finger's going to go up here, and it's not going to have an issue. So that's my take on the Serpa. Like I said, it ain't the best holder out there. I really like it, and I think with my pistol I'll solve any problems I'm going to have with it. So I don't really worry about it as much. Now, as far as what I carry every day, this is what I carry every day. It's my little SIG. Some of you guys have seen it. It's a SIG 238, 380 APC. I know 380 is not a great round, but you know what? This thing is tiny, and that's why I like it. I can carry it in a little pocket holster. Now, I will not going to lie to you. I can't carry my pistol with me every day. Some of you guys know I work as a historian for the U.S. National Archives, and that's a federal building, and I am not allowed to carry my weapon inside. For one, I'm not going to need it. There's an armed guard on the way in. I don't need to carry a gun. There's a freaking cop right there all the time. There's a lot of security. Every door has got a security system, and you have to enter it to go in. So the odds, unless somebody just goes crazy inside the building and starts shooting, I'm not going to have any problems. And there's an armed guard if somebody does. So I'm not saying it can't happen, but the odds are reduced from the already, extremely low levels. So I keep my gun in my car. My boss knows that. His bosses know that, and they don't care. So it's not a big deal. Now, I'm not allowed to carry it at my college. Even though I have a carry permit and it's not a federal building, the school has voted that we're just, even though the fact that we're supposed to be adults, that apparently we're all children and we're not allowed to carry our guns on campus. Now, the school I go to for my master's is a school, and it has traditional students, but has a large variety of non-traditional students. And by non-traditional, I mean kids who aren't 18 years old, people who've gone back later to get degrees. A lot of people go for late classes in the evening, which is what I do. I'm 31 years old, and I'm going to get my master's program, so I'm considered an unconventional student, and I'm still not allowed to carry this. I'm going to go with the not allowed. No, I'm not going to say that I'm breaking the school rules. What did I get out of that? About 7 minutes? Like I said, I think I've said on every video I've made, I hate my camera. That's another thing I'll be getting. I've got my student loan money coming in, and I'm going to set aside a little bit for a new camera. I think I've picked out what I want. Anyway, off topic. What I was saying is, I'm not going to admit on camera that I am some kind of vile, disgusting person who cherishes their Second Amendment right and right to live and right to not be shot up on campus, and imply that I would ever carry my gun on campus. But taking the O.J. Simpson route, if I carried my gun on campus, how would I do it? Not that I'm recommending it, but anyway. Now, this one is not loaded in the chamber. Now, you can see this is a 1911 style pistol, and I don't keep it loaded in the chamber. The mag is hot, but the weapon is not. You can see the safety was still on even with it. So now it's clean. But anyway, I'm going to carry it on campus. I carry it, not that I would ever do that, in an ankle holster like this. This isn't specifically designed for this gun because it's, it's pretty new and there's not a lot of stuff out for it. I think it's designed for a Ruger, I think the LCP. But anyway, now the ankle isn't the best place to carry it. Not that I would need to carry it on campus or anything like that. But, if I did, that's where I would carry it. Because at least it's on me. And it's with, baggy pants. You can't tell it's down there at all. Not that I've ever carried my gun on campus. And not that I would ever need to. I mean, we did have that case a couple weeks ago where 4 armed guys robbed some poor schmuck in the dorm because the cops were too busy giving out parking tickets to prevent foreign hooligans. But I would never need to carry my gun on campus. So anyway, I just wanted to make a quick vid to show that. And something else I saw last night that was kind of cool. This is totally not my original idea. I saw another person do it on his crank off and thought it was pretty sweet, but I could definitely see why you would do this. You can tell I took some 550 paracord. Now you'll see a couple places where I double knotted it and put it on my triangle side folder. One is utilitarian purpose. Man, you can't ever have enough 550 cord. Another thing is, when you shoot this thing in winter, the stock is steel. And you shoot it in winter, this gets darn cold. When you shoot it in summer, it gets real hot. So the paracord on it kind of absorbs impact a little bit and gives it a nice something to push your face into. And before you guys ask, it doesn't interfere with the folding mechanism at all. And you can see I didn't really do a fantastic job. I've seen some guys who who weave it in and out like it's a samurai sword, and props to it. That's awesome. I just did it real quick last night, melted the tips, knotted it in. It works just fine. And I don't know, I thought it was kind of cool. If you guys have done that, let me check it out and see how you done it. Everybody does paracord weaving, it seems, nowadays, and why not? It's good stuff. So anyway, guys, like I said, I hope that helps. I didn't make the video to bash on Tex or anybody. There's plenty of people doing that already, and there's plenty of people who have problems with the Serpa holster. So I just want to give you my take on it, and I guess that's about it. I'll talk to you guys later.